Federal government evacuates more Nigerians from Hungary. Fuel scarcity bites harder in Benin City. And on Panorama, spotlight is on recent passage of local government autonomy bill by Senate. Good afternoon. Many thanks for joining us on Panorama from Benin Network Center. I am Agatha Egwari Ojo. Another batch of Nigerians who fled to Hungary from Ukraine have returned to Abuja. They are 174 students, including 4 children. They arrived at Abuja Airport at about 11:13 p.m. on Friday on board Air Peace aircraft. The returnees were enlightened on the protocols of arrival documentations, including collection of samples for PCR test and immigration desk processes. After delivery of food package and $100 stipends to them, they picked up their baggage and exited the terminal hall. In the meantime, Nigerians who fled to Poland have been brought back home aboard chartered flights which the federal government made available for an emergency response to save citizens from Russia-Ukraine conflict. Usman Aliyu reports.
180 Nigerians, mostly students, are back home in this special evacuation mission embarked by the federal government. It is a comforting step for these Nigerians to be away from the war in Ukraine.
I'm really relaxed and happy because finally I've left the war zone and I will meet my family, because we were all panicked that we won't see our family again after what we have experienced.
Just happy and nervous, to come back home. Everything's going to change from now, so
we brought back home in safety and in dignity, and that is what we have done. You can see we've started the evacuation. A flight came this morning, another one just arrived, and we're expecting another one. So we give glory to God that these Nigerians are brought back home safely. That is a big relief for us as a government, and I can assure you no Nigerian will be left behind, as directed by His Excellency Mr. President.
That's one. Two, the walk became expanded than we expected, because there were a lot of hesitancy, hesitation, and the report we were getting was that probably they would not want to come, and that really featured. We had wanted to go with 2 aircrafts to Poland alone, and the 2 aircraft were set in Lagos when I got to Lagos. But by the time we called for the last time, we were told no, we should come with 1. So we went with 1, which was to take 180 passengers. And by the time we got there, we thought they would be at the airport. But I think the delay overnight.
New dress code has been approved for women police personnel, permitting them to wear stud earrings and headscarf under their berets or peak caps, as the case may be, while in uniform. A statement by the force indicates that the new dress code, unveiled by the Inspector General of Police at a meeting with strategic police managers, is in line with international best practices and addresses the growing concern for gender mainstreaming as well as respect for culture and diversity. The statement further explains that the dress code is optional, but senior women police officers have been directed to ensure compliance with the approved standard for women police officers who have opted to adopt the dress code. To political matters now, a delegation of the European Union Election Observer Mission has visited the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, and leadership of some political parties to find out levels of preparedness ahead of 2023 general elections. Timothy Yusuf reports.
To have the statements.
The 7-member delegation led by Maria Reina is part of the observers' follow-up on their earlier visit, as well as to identify opportunities and challenges ahead of the 2023 general elections.
I wanted to understand a little bit more how under this umbrella you are going to work on this new law on organizing primaries in the country, and how you can be a support for political party for that. And my second question will be on the question of gender.
National Chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, Yabagi Yusuf Sani, enjoined the European Union to establish an African Democratic Institute towards deepening democratic culture on the continent.
We are looking at an institution that will impart the basic and salient ingredients of democracy, which will not be bound by ideological dichotomies, thereby accommodating all shades of political doctrines and inclinations of the different countries and participants.
A similar visit was also paid on the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, where its national chairman, Yochia Ayu, restated the party's belief in democracy and all efforts towards entrenching its principles. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
Democracy in Nigeria is frequently criticized for its perceived imperfections, but the harshest words are always reserved for local government administrations, closest to the people, yet in terms of delivery falls short of expectations of many Nigerians. At different times, attempts have been made to reform and make the local governments suitable to perform their constitutional roles. And in this report, Eugenia Ndbisi interacted with some Nigerians in Benin City on recent passage of the bill that grants financial and administrative autonomy to local governments.
The most notorious deceit employed by governors is the joint account, which the states have misused in pillaging local government resources. This has been a recurring grievance. The Local Government Autonomy Bill recently passed by the National Assembly, pundits say, is bound to radicalize the character of local governance in Nigeria. It has restored financial autonomy back to the local government. This is expected to give strength to the local government administration in Nigeria.
If the political godfathers in Nigeria were allowed it to work, because what I say, if the autonomy, according to the Senate, that the local government autonomy have been signed, if they allow the money go to the local government chairman themselves, they will be able to work. They will be able to serve people, and people will benefit from it.
They themselves, they understand the pain, the conditions of the masses in their own local government. So if the money is well utilized, they will know where to start from, know the pain of the masses, and know how to apply them.
It will help to bring developmental strides to the local government. It's a welcome development, from my own opinion.
If the state or the regional autonomy will be granted, you find that the local government will have control and dominance over what it has within its locality. It will generate and contribute its own quota to the center, not the center now collecting and giving it peanuts.
A constitutional lawyer, Adam Saliu, explains Chapter 1, Part 2, Section 7 of the 1999 Constitution, which provides for local government existence at the instance of the state government.
The National Assembly, Senate, they are trying to pass a law for local government. They have not passed it. And even if they do, that is what the Constitution regards as any other law. It cannot be bigger, it cannot be greater, it cannot be more effective than the Constitution. So until the Constitution is amended, the status quo antebellum remains. So,
but laws are mere protocols. There will always be those who operate outside the law, and also those who prefer corrupt conduct to healthy performance. What are we to expect now with the autonomy provision? Will our local governments persist in their old ways, or shall we expect breath of fresh air? This is the subject of our discussion on Panorama today.
All right, here in the studio is Dr. Florence Masajua, political scientist and lawyer with Edo State University, Uzairwe. She'll be talking more on local government autonomy bill recently passed by Senate and, of course, governance at local levels. Good afternoon. You're welcome.
Good afternoon, Agatha, and good afternoon, viewers out there.
All right. Since the passage by the Senate, so much have been said by Nigerians about this autonomy bill, but what's your take on this development?
Well, I'm happy about it because all of us are from the rural communities, and we've been looking forward to a time when development as it were, I will not need to come and live in Benin City. I want to rather live in my community with my people, enjoy the benefits of development, maybe occasioned by a free local government as it were. So it's a welcome development. I just pray every other thing that will accompany the full enjoyment and realization of these reforms would hit the grassroots, including you and I.
Okay, but why has it taken so long, or why is it taking so long to set local governments free?
Well, the path to setting local government free has been on for a very long time, right from even the colonial time, when they operated at the regional levels. Then, of course, post-colonial time, when we had independence, and then the civilians that took over from these Europeans, from the colonial masters, came up with one form of reform of the other, so as to stabilize local administration. Then from there, of course, the military took over, and then, of course, most profoundly, or maybe what I would say is that in 1976 there was also reform to free local government. You talked about local government freedom. Now, that was also a period when local government became a treaty, recognized as a third tier of government in Nigeria, and then, of course, entered into the constitution as it were. And then from there, in 1992, I remember under Babangida, the president, there were some fundamental reforms too.
Yes, but what has been the issue?
So the issue is that the ruling elites, at any point in time, especially after the exit of the colonial masters, I remember colonial masters used the instrument of local administration to run their kind of administration, at least financially speaking. So subsequently, when the ruling elites, the Nigerian-born ruling elites, took over, that was the beginning of the kind of problem or the denial of the freedom of local government, the denial of existence of local government, because the elites see the local government level of governance as maybe an avenue to enlarge their cause, financially speaking. It's an avenue maybe to, give some recognition to some of their political interests. Okay, for instance, Babangida, like I said, in 1992, improved the allocation to the local government from 15%, that's for a very long time, 10%, 15%, then 20%. And then, of course, disbanded, I think, Ministry of Local Government at the state level. And then went on to a kind of freedom in almost all other ramifications that they complained about. Why was it that the group that came after him didn't hold on to those reforms? It's all pointed to what I've said. The nature of politics, the nature of the ruling elites, okay, who see the local government administration or that tier of government as a nest where they can get as much as they can, unfettered, without much questioning from the central administration. That has been, of course, one of the reasons why local government freedom has always eluded.
Now, do you think with this passage we're having a total rest in the situation now?
Well, let's hope so. Once the political will is there by the same ruling elites, let's hope the driving force behind the ruling elites' decision to go this way this time around means, of course, they've gotten their acts together. I want to drive it to conclusion. Conclusion in the sense that the elements, the real need for local government administration will be realized this time around. Okay. Once the ruling elites are not in any way interested in driving it, legally and politically speaking, honestly, we might just go back to, of course, like I said, in 2013, I remember too, there was a move towards, yes, there was during I think Jonathan's time, there was a move by the National Assembly then to do make the kind of reform we are seeing currently. So we just hope this crop of leaders, ruling elites, would allow the local government be, and then, like I said, allow the joy that's permeating almost every segment of the Nigerian society environment since that day when this thing was announced. People are happy, and I'm particularly happy. The happiness might have even be why I said, okay, I'll be here today.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Florence Masajua, political scientist and lawyer, Edo State University, Uzairu. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Agatha. Thank you, viewers. And thank you, Nigerians.
All right, so you're still watching Panorama from Benin Network Center. A quick reminder that we're streaming live on YouTube channel NTA Live. You can also follow this news live on our other social network platforms or Twitter handle at NTA News 1 now and Facebook at Network News. We'll take a break now. More reports shortly. Stay with us.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
For staying on, the National Populations Commission, NPC, is set to embark on update of the enumeration area demarcation EAD in some previously demarcated local government areas across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. It is in preparation for the 2022 population and housing census. Oluseyi Adeagbo has details.
In a press statement, Acting Director of Public Affairs Isaac Yaya explains that the essence of the EAD updating exercise is to bring the EA maps up to date with the current realities on ground using the EAD maps application. The exercise is expected to adopt updated methodology to recapture and analyze the rate of change in the EA, building density and uses, household numbers and the size, as well as other visible physical changes on ground. The EAD updating exercise will cover LGAs previously demarcated under Phase 3 to Phase 9A between February 2017 and January 2020, covering 170 local government areas across all states of Nigeria and the FCT. The fieldwork is fixed for March 5th, 2022 to April 1st, 2022. The updating exercise will also involve completion of mop-up exercise for some areas which could not be demarcated in previous exercise of the EAD due to communal disputes and security threats. The completion of roads and building vectorization exercise will also be carried out simultaneously with the EAD updating exercise. While assuring the nation of its commitment and readiness towards a successful census, the National Population Commission solicits the support and the cooperation of state governments, local government councils, and stakeholders in the sensitization and mobilization of the populace in the selected LGAs for the smooth implementation of the EAD updating exercise.
In Benin City. Locked-up fueling stations are fast becoming a norm as fuel scarcity persists in Benin City. Anwuli Okolo took a drive through some commercial hubs in the metropolis for an update on the situation.
From Yaro through Mission Road to New Lagos Road and even New Benin, only 2 fueling stations were seen dispensing the product, one of which was plagued by queues because they were selling at the approved prompt price, and the other selling at 220 naira.
Oh man, I don't do like 5 hours here. I never buy it enough.
Even 5 liters elsewhere is 1,000. Here is 750.
Various black market points were active at major junctions like Dancing along Apapava Road. For businesses that depend on fuel and even commercial drivers, the fuel scarcity is taking a toll on their source of livelihood.
At times, I wake up by 4 o'clock to go and queue for line at Mega before I can be able to buy fuel.
I've not gotten fuel, so I don't know where to go and get fuel for now. I could not buy because of the queue.
Whether they have it or not, we don't know. Some of them they don't want to sell, and those that are selling, They are selling above the prices. This fuel situation is making it difficult for everybody.
Citizens are calling for a quick end to this scarcity as it is making life unbearable for them. In Benin, I'm Leokolo, NTA News.
Time now for sports update, and Olumide Eguntola is our guide.
Leicester City's trio of Ademola Lookman, Kelechi Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi are in the 32-man provisional list of Super Eagles players for Qatar 2022 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Black Stars of Ghana on 25th and 29th March. The invited players include goalkeepers Maduka Okoye and Daniel Akpeyi, just as Ogene Karo Etebo, Victor Osimhen and captain Ahmed Musa made the cut. FIFA World Cup in Qatar is slated for 14th November to 18th December this year.
Firstly, you have to commend the Nigeria Football Federation for making sure that the list of the players came out early. This will help prepare the players mentally for this huge assignment.
All smiles! They have done it.
In basketball, the Tigers players have expressed optimism on their chances at the FIBA Women's World Cup in Sydney from September 22 to October 1 after they were drawn against host Australia, France, Serbia, Japan and Canada.
I think the team will be definitely prepared, definitely ready. All the teams that we have in our group, we have competed against. So there won't be any surprise, no element of we can sneak up and shock anyone.
The Nigeria Volleyball Referees Association rose on day 2 of its annual General Congress, electing 8 new officers to manage its affairs for the next 4 years. Surveyor Timothy Samuel returned unopposed as chairman with 89 votes, while Mohammed Adamu Mohammed was elected as vice chairman 1. Also, Flight Officer Adole Abraham emerged as provosts. With sports updates, Ayodeji, Makinde NTA News.
That's a wrap on Panorama from Benin Network Center this afternoon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, NTA stands firm against rape and rapists. Join the fight. Good afternoon.
Speaking once again, and thanks for joining our ongoing conversation on various aspects of the English language.
Social media has influenced the use of English language in terms of writing and speaking that art. But you must understand that communication itself is an art.
Yes, there's the art, which is the skill or the talent, or from the talent to the skill. How do you separate yourself from the gang?
Amidst the heat and dry air, the sound of drumming and singing can be heard as groups of young men watch boxers prepare for a Dunby match. The crowd eagerly awaits for the match to commence as bets are being placed and money changes hands. When the fight starts, the men turn their attention to the boxers. The large crowd absorbed as slaps and punches are thrown during the round. As a fist connects with a jaw, an opponent finally falls to the ground and the crowd goes wild. While they await the start of another brutal round, much younger contestants arrive and ready themselves for a match too. Eventually, the next round begins and the boxers circle each other in a sandy ring as everyone awaits until only one is left standing.
Hello and welcome. It's time for another interesting package of
Everything Music.
Angelina, you dey cool in my temperature. If you call, I go come deliver.
This is Talking Movies.
In times of old, the world was full of wonder.
No!
Welcoming you to your weekend for today.
Arise, O compatriots. It's time to use our voice.
Beyond Six Packs.
Bills.
Me and my paddies.
London for what?
London for medicine.
Medicine for what?
Medicine for coffee.
Are you sickness?
To our illness. Welcome to Gist Zone.
All right, my name is the Eselucien Wego One. Ona nyokoko nyonyo.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link, and be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app, your access to real-time information.
For anyone who values financial security and ultimately desires financial freedom, creating at least one additional stream is no longer a luxury. It has become a necessity. Diversifying your income stream is crucial to protect yourself and your family against the unavoidable ups and downs of economic and industry cycles. Because of the financial risk that come from relying on one source of income, such as a job or a business, consider creating at least one or more additional streams to generate cash flow. The benefits of having multiple streams of income include peace of mind, because you know there will always be money to spend. Also, you will earn much more than you currently earn from your day's job. Therefore, you will live bigger and better. Your additional income streams can be active, passive, or a combination of the two. Some may pay you for doing something that you love, active, while others can provide income for you without having to do much of anything at all, passive. Here are multiple streams of income opportunities: selling information in hard book format, selling information in the form of downloadable ebooks, making money from referral opportunities, training classes, consulting opportunities, dealership opportunities, design opportunities, manufacturing opportunities, investment opportunities. The list is definitely not exhaustible. To create wealth, you must make investment that will create dependable streams of income flows, independent of your main source of income. The time to act is now. Begin implementing this practice, and before you know it, within months, you can be enjoying the benefits and the financial security and freedom that comes from having multiple streams of income.
Osana Festival is an annual royal event that cuts across.
This is the network service of the NTA. We now join our outside broadcast crew for a live telecast. Please stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me stand on the existing protocols. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can you? I should remove the masks. With my money, I went to the bank and they asked me to put face masks. How will they ask somebody with a big nose to put face masks? Please help me solve this mathematics. I should put the mask on. I think players look at their face before they say, because our face mask. For Christ's sake, how, where? Sir, by the grace of election, I'm about 37 years old. Last month. Where will Qatar stay? There's no bone here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy and privileged to be here. Please put your hands together for yourselves.
And thanks for joining our ongoing conversation on various aspects of the English language.
Social media has influenced the use of English language in terms of writing and speaking that art. But you must understand that communication itself is an art.
Yes, there's the art, which is the skill or the talent, or from the talent to the skill. How do you separate yourself from the gang?
This is the network service of the NTA.
Hello, how are you? It's a pertinent question for me, and I like to start with that because it's important for us to stay healthy. And one of the ways we stay healthy is to ensure that we are well equipped to manage emergencies. It's a word, and a lot of times we spell it right, we pronounce it right, but do we know what to do when it happens? Do we even know when something is emergency? That's a question we intend to thrash out today, and of course, profile solutions as to what to do and what not to do during the times of emergency. Emergency can be in your office, it can be in your home. Someone told me that she had emergency in the dream. I don't know how that works out, but maybe she will call in to tell us how you can handle emergencies as well in your dream. My guests are all laughing. My name is Elizabeth Abay, and the show is Conversation. Let me start with you.
Are you sure you're not going to start your comedy show?
Dr. Iwagu, maybe you get to know you, but I know you're a farmer, but beyond farming, you do other things.
Well, actually, I'm a health professional, a nurse midwife, public health educator. I'm in the development sector. I'm the executive director, Center for the Right to Health.
Okay. Very soon you'll tell me you're also a banker, a media practitioner. You're moving from farming, you know. It's all right, so.
Good morning, viewers over there. My name is Audu Goji. Just like my partner here, Dr. Stella, says, I'm also a nurse by profession, a public health practitioner, and a humanitarian worker.
You know, I always find it nice when I see men who are doing nursing. And I tend to ask, how do you give injections? You know, how do you do all the pulpitting, especially for pregnant women and all of that? It's not a usual thing for men, but it's interesting when I see men go into it. It shows that what women can do, men can equally do, but I don't know if you can do it better. All right, we'll take a break to find out. From the public,